book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 6, verses 1 through 6. And he said unto me, in the beginning, when the earth was made, before the borders of the world stood, or even the winds blew, before thunder and lightning, or ever the foundations of paradise were laid, before the fair flowers were seen, or ever the movable powers were established, before the innumerable multitude of angels were gathered together, or ever the heights of the air were lifted up, before the measures of the firmament were named, or even the chimneys in Sion were high. In earth the present years were sought out, and or ever the inventions of them that now sin were turned. Before they were sealed, they have gathered faith for a treasure. Then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone, and through none other. By me also it shall be ended, and by none other. Facing the east, and give all honor and glory and praises to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash, the water Yahawah, Yahweh Shai, for the gift of this truth and ministry. And we do minister to the saints, fishing for the hopeful elect. The water Yahawah, Yahweh Shai, for the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who taught us this truth, who are the true teachers of the Holy Bible, and our eyes see our teachers. And double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace and blessing and salutations to ye elect men who continue to push this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, wherever ye are scattered, in season and out of season. Shalom, Akim. Shalom. The issues of death belong to Yahawah. The issues of death belong to Yahawah. And as a passage I just read, it labeled it out what happened before the earth was present, and it's going to be all ended at a certain time on Yahawah's calendar. He brought forth life, and he brought forth death, the issues of death. We're in a time of great death. Death is happening at an alarming rate, and it's all done through Yahawah. Even the elect, and it said that in verse 5, I'm talking about the hopeful elect. He's talking about the elect. The elect will be sealed through faith. It tells you that, it just said it in all verse 5. And the earth the present years was sought out. It was already established. And or ever the inventions of them that now sin were turned, before they were sealed, that have gathered faith for a treasure. That's what's going to get you up out of this place. Faith. Faith in works. All right? So I will come back to that. Because the Most High does all these things. It's all done through him. Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 7. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was. So when a person dies, well, I'm not going to spoil it. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto Yahawah, who gave it. The carnal, the bodies falls, the flesh stays here, but the spirit returns to the power. Yahawah, who made it, who gave it. All right? A lot of these unlearned Christians, these jakes, these scoffers, talking about, oh, rest in peace, my homeboy pouring out the liquor for his dead ass, and now he going up to heaven. Listen, when the body falls through the flesh and the spirit returns, you being brought for judgment, and you brought back down here to receive your judgment. It tells you that in the scriptures, man. I'm gonna get that too. And through the reincarnation, man, you play out your judgment right here on earth. Your judgment is coming. It's already been each and every day. Yahawah Bashim Yahushua is pissed off at the wicked, and he brings forth judgment each and every day. It's the book of Acts, chapter 5. Brothers already know where I'm going. Book of Acts, chapter 5, and verse 30. The power of our fathers raised up Yahushua, who ye slew and hanged on a tree. That shows you the power of Yahawah Bashim Yahushua, the creator. Yahawah is everywhere throughout the course of this earth. He don't need the angels. He doesn't need the angels. Doesn't need anybody. He tell you he said, I read that in the Apocrypha. 2 Corinthians 6 and verse 6. Then did I consider these things, and they were all made through me alone, and through none other. By me also they shall be ended, and by none other. He created the jakes for to come out here and be wicked. He created the elect to go through trials and tribulations. Some brother will get their head chopped off, but it's ultimately to see their reward. Because they were already sealed from the beginning, so their lot was already plotted out. It was already planned from the get-go. This is the Most High script, the author of it. And he's not the author of confusion. He said in Acts 5 and 30, it said, Yahawah Bashim Yahushua of our fathers raised up Yahushua, raised him up. All right? Because he was asleep. And when death commits upon any individual on this earth, they are asleep. You're not actually dead, as the Christian church preaches, dead. Well, he just dead, he just no more. I read that in the scripture, man. The spirit leaves the body and returns to the Father who gave it. Yahushua was asleep for a little while, and Yahawah raised him up. The power of Yahawah Bashim Yahushua. All right? This is the Ecclesiastes, once again. I'm probably going to read the whole chapter of this. Ecclesiastes, verse 3. Let me read some more. Let me read some of it. From the top. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Yeah, I was running this, man. A time to be born. Here we go. A time to die. A time to plant. And a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill. A time to heal. And who does these things? Yahawah Bashim Yahushua. Precept. Deuteronomy. Fighting this cold, man. I just got this Bible too. Not even 24 hours ago. Brand new, going through it. Seeing what it is. If it ain't what I think it is, then I'm taking it back. I know how Esau does it. Deuteronomy. It looks to be sufficient. Deuteronomy 32 and 39, backing up what I just read. Alright. See now that I, even I, am he, Yahawah, and there is no power with me. I kill, I make alive, I wound, and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. That's flat out right there for you, in your face. He creates everything, does everything, orchestrates everything, sets one up, like he did Esau and Jacob. And he's gonna flip that script on Esau and Jacob. He bring it down one and raise him up another. That's the balance, the order of everything, man. Everything is in order. It's a shift, man. This is beautiful, man. This is beautiful. The time that we're in is beautiful. The knowledge that we're receiving from our elders and apostles and great millstone is beautiful. And it's all done through Yahawah, Yahawah Shai. Back in Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 4, a time to weep. And we are weeping over here as a nation. Salaki, brother. A time to weep. A time to laugh. A time to mourn. And a time to dance. And we're going to do all we've been, this pertains to the hopefully elect. The time of weeping. It's going to be a time of weeping. You know, to the a time of weeping is really for the 2/3. Weeping and gnashing of teeth. It tells you in the book of Matthew. All right? It says a time to laugh. All right? And we laugh amongst the oxen, but the days are serious. So we crack jokes, but it's all about business over here. Okay? A time to mourn. Yashala, Israel, is in a state of mourning right now. And a time to dance, and we're going to dance with our great terrible king on his chariot. And he gonna be the ultimate dancer on that chariot. But this is his show. Yahawah Shai. It's his show. Through Yahawah. Yahawah through Yahawah Shai. A time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. That's what we do over here, man. That's balance right there. It's a time to do this and a time to not to do this. It's a time to fuck off and crack jokes, and a time to get back to the business. Okay? That's how it is, man. It says it right here in the scripture. All right? Let me read a little bit more. We start at 16. And moreover, I saw read from Ecclesiastes 3 and 16. And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, the lake of fire, is a place of wickedness. And the place of righteousness is in the kingdom. Ultimately, on Yahawah Shai's chariot is where we're going to get our first righteousness at, man. You know, putting off that incorruptible being corruptible. Corruptible being incorruptible. The iniquity was there. I said in my heart, Yahawah shall judge the righteous and the wicked. Yeah. For there is a time that for every purpose and for every work, there is a time. Yahawah Shai has a set time for a day of wrath of his judgment and a day to bring that righteous judgment, righteous reward to the hopefully elect. So while the angels in Yahawah Shai, the numerous amount of angels, as it said in Prophet, the 2nd Ezra 6 and 6, while the angels are delivering, Yahawah Shai delivering that great fire and wrath, those laser beams, it's going to melt you, a lot of you Jakes and Edomites and other heathenistic nations. The elect are going to be gathered from the four winds of the earth in righteousness. Beautiful. I mean, beautiful, man. Ecclesiastes verse 3 and 18. And I said in my heart concerning the estate of the sons of men, that Yahawah might manifest them, that they might see that they themselves are beasts. Yeah, brute beasts in 2:30. For that which befalleth the sons of men befalleth beasts. Even one thing befalleth them. As the one dieth, so dieth the other. Ye that have all one breath, so that a man have no preeminence above a beast, for all is vanity. All go into one place, all are of the dust, and all turn to the dust again. Who knoweth the spirit of a man that goeth upward, and the spirit of the beast that goeth downward to the earth? Wherefore I perceive that there is nothing better than that a man should rejoice in his own works, for that is his portion. For who shall bring him to see what shall be after him, man? That just sums up the reincarnation deal, man. You gonna tell me that ain't in the scriptures? All right? I smash you, bring you to the spirit world, you know, bring you back down here for your judgment to be played out on earth. You know, if you were wicked, you are preserved for that day of judgment, man. Okay? And if you are righteous, a lot of our so-called elders in this truth, like with well, not so-called elders, a lot of our elders in this truth, like from Albert Bibbins and you know, High Priest Ariana and all stuff like that, even King Marshall and all the ones like that, going back to the original One West, some of them died in doing these works, doing this truth. It tells you that in the book of Revelation. I mean, that's in the 14th chapter. 13 or 14th chapter. They died doing the works, and their works do follow them. All right? Let me get another precept. This 2nd Ezra 15. Second Ezra 15. And I'm going to start at verse 8. Let's get 7. Thus saith the Lord, 2nd Ezra 15 and 7. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as to touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me. And that word blood means soul. But it tells you when the body it falls and the flesh is consumed in the grave or in the pit, you know, in the coffin, whatever you want to call it, the spirit returns to the Father, the soul of it, the blood, and it has a relationship with Yahawah. It cries unto him. What does it say? The blood cried unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. The blood complains continually. How long, O Lord, till you judge this devil? Or the ones who brought forth this judgment upon them? Yeah, it's a lot here, brother. Get that herb tea up in me. Feel a lot better when you're drinking the herbs and taking the herbs. That's what the dedication, the feast of dedication is about. Dedicate yourself back to Yahawah Bashim Yahushua fully. We need that more and more so ever than in these last days to cling to him tighter. Tighter. The issues of death. It's a lot. The issues of death belong to Yahawah. And we're not trying to be a part of that. I read over there in the last video about seeking life, and those who fall away from it will see death. Okay? So this is life right here, what I'm reading. Alright? Let me get another one. I'm gonna try to close it on out. You know how the spirit moving. Book of Amos. I got Amos already. Salaki, not Amos. Look at this big Bible. 2 Samuel. Second Samuel. Second Samuel, what was that at? No, it was in this Salaki, brother. Oh boy. Oh boy. I have to come back to it. I'll come back to it, Salaki. I got another one, Amos. Yeah, let me go back to Amos then. Go back to Amos. Amos 3. Amos 3 in verse Amos 3 from the top. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Yahawah and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage, Yasharallah, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. And they have cast lots for my people and have given a boy for an harlot and sold a girl for wine that they may drink. Let's stop down. Proclaim, verse 9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up, beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves, and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. This is the glory of Yahawah, gathering these nations down to the valley of Yahawah, the valley of judgment of war. He orchestrates this. It's going to be so much death over there. And so much death is going to come to America. The issues of death belong to Yahawah. He mustered the battle, as it says in Isaiah 13 chapter. There's no escaping the wrath of him, man. Alright? So let me close it out with this. Second Esdras 7. Second Esdras 7 and 18. 7 and 18 through 21. Nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things and hope for wide. And this thing is all about hope. We always said it on the block amongst each other, amongst the Akron. This thing is all about hope. It just said it in the scripture. Let me read it again. 2 Esdras 7 and 18. Nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things and hope for wide. For they that have done wickedly have suffered the straight things, and yet shall not see the wide. You're not going to see the glory of Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushua. Okay? You're not going to be with him on this chariot. You're going to get smashed on this side, and then you're going to be brought through the lines of the seed of an elect man. Okay? Verse 19. And he said unto me, there is no judge above Yahawah, and none that have understanding above the highest. Nobody can understand. Man, let me get that. Let me get that. The book of Isaiah, chapter 55. And verse 8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither there are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. You don't know how the Most High is doing this thing, man. You don't know how. That's why Yahawah Ba'ashem is coming back in a thief in the night. Because you don't know. That's why he said to be on watch. This is a book of instruction. He's instructing you to do so. Oh, let me read that. Yeah, verse 20. For there be many that perish in this life. For there be many that perish in this life. They're going to die on this side. 2/3 of the nation of Yasharallah are going to die on this side in this life. Because they despise the law of Yahawah that is set before them. And we go out and still warn them anyway, because that's our job, our duty. He set us up, the hopefully elect, the watchmen, the men of the true men of the law, beginning with the elders and apostles of GMS, to go out and warn them anyway. But they still despise him. Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushua said in the book of Amos, I despise your feast days. It's just all these wicked ass days that these jakes partake in. Black Friday. You were slaves doing in these days. Thanksgiving, which is Thanksgiving, representing the so-called Gadites being slaughtered and massacred over here by the sword that was given to Esau. Christmas, 4th of July, Valentine's Day. But you don't keep the Passover, the Feast of Tabernacles, the Day of Atonement, the Feast of Dedication. They despise the law. He's angry with the wicked every day. I stated that earlier. Verse 21. For Yahawah hath given straight commandment to such as Cain, what they should do to live. What you should do to live. He is giving you that. These are orders, instructions. That's why I said earlier, now we know who we are, being transformed by the renewing of our mind. We know that this is life right here. This is all we have. This truth is all we have right here. That's it. This is life. You want to live, seek Yahawah by Shem Yahweh Shai. Keep the commandments. Fear Yahawah by Yahweh Shai. That's the whole duty of man. And it reads, what they should do to live, even as they came, and what they should do, Salaki, and what they should observe to avoid punishment. There you have it right there. To seek him out and read and follow the instructions that have been given to you through Yahawah Bashem Yahweh Shai to the elders to live and what not to do so you can avoid the punishment that's coming and that comes on a daily basis. So with that, I'm going to close the video out. The issues of death belong to Yahawah Bashem Yahweh Shai. Facing the east. Barakatah Yahawah. Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Barakatah Yahawah. Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Call Allah Yahawah by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakah Dash. Double honors to the elders and apostle, great millstone who rule and teach well. Peace and blessings and salutations to the elect men who continue to push this truth in season and out of season, wherever ye are scattered in these last days. Death to you 2/3. Death to these Edomites and all other heathenistic nations according to the Bible. Death belongs to Yahawah Bashem Yahweh Shai. He issues it out. He issues life and he issues death. Life to the elect, death to the wicked. Quan Yasharala.